What is the connection between crystals and the runes? Hi, I'm Kedrick Olson. I am author of Runes for Transformation and founder of Galdracraft. For the past 30 years, I've been studying Norse mysticism and the runes so I can understand the techniques and the wisdom of these ancient rune masters and bring them to you here in the 21st century so that you can bring magic and transformation into your life. So what is this about crystals, right? We see them at the New Age psychic fairs, and we hear so much about crystal energy and crystal power and the healing power of crystals. And some of us, we scream bullshit, fluffy bunny, woo-woo, batshit crazy. But what if there's something to it? What if there's something more that we may be just so easy to slough off as nonsense? But what if there's something deeper that maybe the ancients who put together the runes and understood the runes knew that we need to rediscover here in the 21st century? Before we get into that, let's take a look at what a crystal is. Specifically, we'll get into quartz. Silicon dioxide, right? The big, nice, happy crystal that you see at all the psychic and New Age fairs that people tell you that you need to learn to cleanse and will bring energy and da-da-da-da. That's fine. With this quartz crystal, if we look at it, the molecular properties, we see that the molecules have a periodic repeating pattern to them. And this pattern is formed by tetrahedrons from 60 degrees and 120 degree angles. This is why quartz crystals, when you look at them, when you buy one, it looks like a hexagon. It's because of the crystalline structure at the microscopic level, which is reflected in the macroscopic shape of the crystal that you have. Now, of course, a hexagon, let's just take a quick look at this hexagon here, is made up of 6 angles at a 120 degrees for each angle. And then if we bisect each one of those angles, we get 12 interior angles of 60 degrees each. Now, you may be familiar with the form that just was created as we bisected those angles of the hexagon, if you know your younger Futhork. But we'll come back to that in a second here. Let's take a look at water. One of the most important elements on our planet for life, water. If you freeze that water, it too forms tetrahedral molecules at 60 and 120 degrees to form the very familiar snowflake pattern. Yes, very similar to what we just looked at and what you may be familiar with a younger Futhork. So let's go take a look at some of these runes from the younger and the elder Futhork. If you look at them, you will start to see a whole lot of 60 degree angles. There's some 120 degree angles in there, and depending on the font and the way they're drawn, you'll see that there may be even some 90 degree angles in there. Hey, wait a minute. 60 degree angles, 120 degree angles, isn't that like what's in the crystal? Now, I want you to understand, I'm not saying that crystals have some magic power to them, that they're alive, that they're going to change the energy, your spirit, your soul, your being. Maybe they do that. I'm not here to justify that for you. That's something for you to decide. What I am going to try to suggest here is that the universe, at the macroscopic, the world around us, the macroscopic world, at the microscopic, at the nanoscopic, and at the quantum levels, is self-creating, self-forming, energy, information, matter. They're all the same thing. We need to understand that. Science has shown us that energy, information, and matter are all different levels of condensation of the same exact thing. And this information organizes itself in geometric patterns. We see this in crystals. We see this with the Fibonacci sequence, which can be found in the growth of plants within seashells. We see this, the golden ratio. We see this throughout fractal mathematics, which is the geometric foundation of which our universe, our world, our reality is built, from the quantum to the macroscopic. The universe is a reflection of itself in every way, which is why the same shape of an atom can be reflected in a solar system, in a galaxy, in everything that's out there. But when we have our runes with 60-degree and 120-degree patterns, we can begin to understand that even the shapes of the runes are reflective of the geometric patterns that create the world around us, that are reflective in the same fractal geometry that make the crystals, that make the stars, that make the galaxies, that make the superclusters, all in the shape of a rune. Some people would say that mathematics is the universal language. I would counter that and say that geometry is a universal language, and that universal geometry is reflected in the very stave forms of the runes that we use, which is why I am not quick to discount the viability of wisdom of crystals. There might be something to this. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm sharing my questions with you rather than my answers. I hope this information serves you well. Use it as you need to, and take it as best as you can. Hail to you, and thank you. Hey, I just want to pop in here real quick to say thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please click the thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to be making a whole lot more of these videos, so please leave me a comment on the things that you would like to learn more about, especially the stuff concerning runes, Norse mysticism, ascension, spiritual practices, and that kind of stuff. Plus, if you want to dig deeper into Galdar workings, runes, magic, all that kind of stuff, click the link in the description for my website, where you can find music for rituals, the book I've written, and a whole lot more stuff. I've got a lot more coming soon, so sign up for the email so you can stay in the loop on the stuff I'm bringing to you now. Thanks, and hail to you all.